Good evening, everyone. Engineer Pat 5290 coming to you with the November Q&A responses. I hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving and looking forward to a great holiday season. We're going to start off with Treyman 1993 and Midmont and Pittsburgh Rail Fan. Great to see you gentlemen back on. McDonald's or Burger King, I actually like both of them, but with specific items. McDonald's because of their Big Macs, French fries, their famous apple pies, and also their chicken strips are really good, and their chicken sandwich. BK, their chicken sandwich, French fries, and also their chicken fries. I will crave chicken fries, and also the BK double stack with bacon, hamburgers, cheese, and some sauce on it. It's real good. And also their crisp sandwiches. And for McDonald's breakfast, sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles. 7-Up or Sprite, I have had both of them. To me, 7-Up is a little more sweet in my opinion, but with Sprite, it's more, to me, it has a more bold taste. Favorite Christmas movie? Oh, Lord have mercy. I got a lot of favorites. A Christmas Story that came out in '83. That was with Ralphie. Elf. Everybody loves Elf with Will Ferrell, and also the Santa Claus, featuring Tim Allen, Tim the Toolman Taylor, and also one of my all-time favorites, White Christmas, starring Bing Crosby. That's one of his late '40s, early '50s, and that's a really good classic Christmas movie that you should watch. U-18B or the Dash 8W. I'm more familiar with the Dash 8. Conrail Blue or the Union Pacific Yellow. Well, I like both of them, but with Union Pacific, it's the We Will Deliver paint scheme as well as the American flag. The American flag scheme. The Building America paint scheme, excuse me. So thank you, Matt, for your questions. Midmont and Pittsburgh Rail Fan, if I get to speak tonight. Favorite 50th anniversary Heritage Unit, the 100, the Midnight Blue. And cherry pie or banana pie. Never had banana pie, but I've had plenty of cherry and apple pie. Transcontinental Rail Fan comes back. Good to see you again. Did you know the 200th anniversary of the B&O Railroad celebration is the year 2027? I knew that was right around the corner, so that's going to be another almost 5 years from now, which is going to be a really good celebration. So thank you, gentlemen, for your questions. Stephen KC comes back with more. Good to see you again, buddy. If you could adopt a dog, what breed would it be? I like a German Shepherd. German Shepherds are really pretty. Thought on Tangent Scales Greenville 86-foot boxcars. I haven't looked at those announcements, but I hear they're pretty good. I've looked at the more recent Atherton announcements, which are pretty good. Regular or sweet mashed potatoes? I like regular mashed potatoes, and I like sweet potatoes as well. Sweet potatoes are good for you. Have you been to the Great Smoky Mountains Railroad? Oh, yes. I went 4 years ago, 4.5 years ago now. And did, I believe, the New River Gorge route with the 1702, which is the U.S. Army steam locomotive. And that was pretty neat to see with those Jeep 30s pushing it. Do you like or dislike energy drinks? Not my favorite, but I've had a Red Bull a couple of times and Mountain Dew Kickstarts, which I rarely drink those anymore. Ketchup, mustard, or hot sauce? I do like hot sauce on some things, but I mostly like mayonnaise. Mustard cooked in some things as well. Amtrak 100 or 301 has to be 100. They nailed that paint scheme. Chicago Northwestern or the Denver and Rio Grande? I liked both of them, but if it was for the 40 T-2s, Rio Grande out of those two. Gatorade or Propel has to be Gatorade. Conrail 60 M's and I's or the standard cab Dash 8. 60 I's and M's. The standard cab 8s look good in Conrail paint as well. I miss seeing those big time. Favorite paint schemes on the 53-foot containers, Schneider and JB Hunt. Are Pop-Tarts a snack or for breakfast? Well, to me, they're for any time. Quick breakfast, quick snack, you name it. Which Tom and Jerry episode do you like better between these two? Dog Trouble or Fine Feathered Friend? Dog Trouble. That was one when Spike gets thrown out of the house. That was hilarious. I apologize if I sound like this. I'm really I'm just really tired today. Um, have you caught any of the 50th anniversary units? Hang on to that because that's going to come up in one of the volumes. SP or SCL? That's a hard one to choose. I like both of them. SCL because it was here on the East Coast. Out west, I love the Southern Pacific because they were bought by Union Pacific in 1996, which is 25 years ago, which that was the time I came along. YN2 or the KCS Grey Ghost, I have to go with YN2 because I'm more familiar with it. Thoughts on Almond Joy candy? Oh god, I could eat a whole bag of them sitting down. They're good. You think Amtrak should have a first responders unit? I wouldn't mind seeing it because if they can get really creative with it, I really think they could come out with one. B&O Railroad Museum or the Virginia Museum of Transportation. I like both of them. With the B&O Railroad Museum, it's in Baltimore. A lot of cool B&O equipment there for VMT because it's home to the 611. And NNW 1218 and 1776, which is that high hood SD45. Favorite NJ Transit locomotive, GP40PH-2. And the Crunch or the Kit Kat bar, have to go with Crunch. So thank you, Stephen, for your questions. King of Love Train comes back with more questions, as well as Andrew Liam. Thank you guys for coming in. Favorite Polar Express song? I haven't seen the movie in quite some time, so it's been a long time since I've seen Polar Express. It's a cool movie, and I really like it with Tom Hanks, and that's just a good movie. Have you seen 160? Gotta wait till the video. Now, have you ever seen Elf? Yes, I love Elf. As mentioned before, I love Elf with Will Ferrell. That's a really good movie. Andrew Lieb comes back. Thank you, gentlemen, for coming in. You think 4014 will pull a long line of freight cars during an excursion? They might just keep that for special stuff because they have worked really hard to keep that 4014 preserved, and I'm really glad that UP Cheyenne Shops made it happen. The second question that's here, there are no more Dash 8s on NS. All of those have been sold off. With the 9s, they'll probably move their way up the series over time, but don't know what's going to happen with that program now. Now, the last question he has is the two Canadian railroads would merge into one company. I honestly have no answer about that. That's sort of in a railroad politic thing. That's just a question I have no answer. I mean, I'm not trying to sound like like somebody's hard to deal with. It's just I just have no answer for that. So I apologize if I can't answer some of those questions. And lastly, we have take username, but we will hold it right here so we can get part 2 underway as well. So we will do part 2 here in just a couple of minutes, and I look forward to seeing you guys then. All right, guys, take care, and I'll see you in part 2.